Okay, welcome back everyone to another episode of Yoda's Hut. I'm Bill. I go by Yodaman on the boards, and once again I'm joined for commentary on this game by Derek. Hey Derek, how's it going today?
I'm doing all right.
All right, so we've got another game between myself, I'm on the right, against my good buddy Jerry, who's on the left, where we're using some decks suggested with Allies of Necessity cards. In this game, I am playing a tricolor deck that was created by Pants YG, who joined us on some commentary recently, from some Store Championship episodes we did a while back. It's got Jedi affiliation and then a bunch of good cards. 2 May the Force Be With You, 2 Haunting the Empire, 2 Pushing Back the Empire, the New Cassian, 2 Asteroid Sanctuary, and 2 Spirit of Rebellion, so Jin. So basically Yoda, Hera, Falcon, Jin, and Cassian. And Jerry is playing a Sith Navy deck that's got the 7-card reserve, so you get 6/6 split there. So he's got 2. It's another variation, I guess, of sort of a trooper idea. It's got 2 of the second phase. That's the Dark Troopers, like Sith ones. 2 There Is No Conflict, 2 Rogue Archaeology, 2 Imperial Command, 2 Dark Trooper Project, and 2 Immeasurable Power. So what do you think of these deck lists as we get going here, Derek?
Well, I tried to do the same thing, actually. I tried to build a trooper deck with the Dark Troopers in it. I never got around to finishing it, but that's a pot I always wish was better than it is, and I always wanted to play it and get it into a good deck. So I'll be curious to see how it works, because in the past, when there was much less cards to choose from, I used to use it, and I always liked playing the Dark Troopers. I thought they were decent units.
Yeah. And so the light side deck, Pants YG just kind of threw a bunch of good sets together with the new cards. So
yeah.
So it's
that deck was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's got Yoda. It should be good.
So how much influence is in that deck in with the split? Because Yoda is the only Jedi, so then you've got 4 and 4 with the others. But I don't think any of the objectives have influence.
No, they actually don't. The only influence thing in there is the resource card that's in Jin set.
So that's potentially a little dangerous.
Yeah, it sure is. So, but we'll see if I can make it work here, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't actually think Pants YG said which affiliation to use. I went with Jedi, but maybe I would have been better off using either Rebel or Smuggler, but not what I did.
Well, yeah, then it's like the old Rebel fleet decks that ran Yoda. It's like if you don't get May the Force, then you just pitch him as an edge card.
Right, exactly. So I'm looking and see what we're flipping up here. It looks like Jerry flipped up. Is that Rogue Archaeology is this top one? I think that's the new one.
I think so.
Yeah, and then Dark Trooper Project, it looks like, in the middle.
That was my guess, too.
And then the last one is, that might be the Immeasurable Power, if I remember right.
I don't know. I'm not
I think it is.
That
so
picture yet.
Yeah, so that's the one. After a trooper unit you control is destroyed, put a unit named Death Trooper into play from your hand. And I think that's what that is there.
And it looks like you've got Jin and Cassian's objectives.
Yeah, I have Jin's objective, Cassian's objective, and May the Force Be With You. So Jin's objective,
May the Force is.
Yeah, so Jin's objective is while you have 2 or fewer damage on it, it gains reaction. After you play a non-smuggler unit, your opponent chooses and discards a card from his hand. And
does that limit have any limits?
Oh, yeah, sorry, limit once per turn. And then pushing back the Empires after you play a Rebel card, reduce the cost of the next non-Rebel card you play this phase by 1, limit once per turn.
Yeah, I foresee a fair amount of shenanigans coming with those 2 objectives.
Yeah, it looks like Jerry played a Dark Trooper, and is that one of the 501st Troopers, I think? Probably from Vader's set. The 501st Commander, I guess is what it's called, but it's a character, it's an officer, and a trooper. And it's got that ability of removing Jedi or neutral units from the engagement if you lose an edge battle.
Oh, that's right. That's from the There's No Conflict.
Right.
Vader that almost nobody played when it came out.
Right. So he's
I should
committing
say
it.
almost nobody. He got more play than the Vader that came out in the Hoth set.
Yeah. It looks like I'm starting with a Cloud City guest quarters there. Get some resources going. And then I'm playing Ghost.
Hmm. Ghost is good.
And I think technically I could play I'm playing a nudge.
So now does he hit? Now the Jin's objective triggers when you play. Is it when you play a smuggler unit or
yeah, it's when you play a non-smuggler unit. I probably made him discard a card there. I don't know if we just didn't see it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then the other one reduces cost of the non-smuggler.
Right, it reduces the cost of a non-rebel card.
Non-rebel. So technically, Nudge would have costed one less.
Right. Yeah. If you're allowed to go to -1.
Yeah. He gives you resources to play him.
Right. And it looks like I might be swinging with Ghost here after immeasurable power. I'm probably trying to keep Death Troopers from popping in.
Can't say I blame you for that.
No. He's walking with both.
Well, it prevents the unopposed. Because either way, you're going to kill one of them.
Yeah, I played a twist there. I think I twisted away Allies of Necessity, it looked like, or something else.
I think there was at least one. It looked like 2 fate cards. I didn't see what the other one was.
I put a card in. Jerry's obviously thinking, does he want to put a second card in or not?
I don't think you did make him discard a card, because if he pitched 2 and he still has 2 and he played 2.
Oh, maybe I forgot.
To make him discard, yeah. Looks like you played a Seeds.
Yeah, and I seeds the Dark Trooper. Killing the 5 at first, because that could be annoying if I ever get Yoda out. I don't want him to get pushed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a bigger... I can deal with the one one health unit a lot better than the other one. So will I swing in with the nudge for some free damage? Yes, I will.
Of course.
After Rogue Archaeology there. Rogue Archaeology is that after you play a non-Sith card, you place a shield on an objective.
Yeah, I was wondering where that shield came from that's out there right now.
And I committed Ghost there and took balance back, so Dow's just going to go to 2.
The Dark Trooper is the one that gives elite, right?
Right, it gives all committed units elite.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a good objective. It just... If those troopers just had 1 more health, man, they would be so good.
Yeah, you still get 2 guns.
Yeah. Well, it's black and white, so...
Yeah.
Problem is a heat can just take them out before you can do anything with them because they only have 1 health.
This is true. That's why you run the protectors.
He does not have this.
Well, what is that?
Duty officer. He's got Mahdi in this. Yeah.
That's right. I forgot Mahdi's set was in here.
Yeah, I think I might have forgot to mention at the beginning. So this Sith Navy deck was suggested by Rio on the board. So. I think Rio and Pantswad G play a lot on Skype, if I remember right. So this match.
For all we know, this match has already happened like 50 times.
Right, exactly.
Huh.
So.
I just want to see a Dark Trooper.
The big ones. Yeah. I knew what you meant. Yeah, I was like, we got a Dark Trooper out there, but not the Dark Trooper Legions, whatever they call it, right?
I want to see him come out and put some hurt in.
Yeah. So I guess Jerry's trying to weigh his options here now that at least he's got a resource out with that duty officer.
Yeah, he's up to 5.
I'm only going to have 4 on my turn because of the Cloud City Death Scores. I had to double focus it, but that was all right. It was worth it
Yeah,
to get.
but you still have the ability to play something for 1 cheaper if you play
Right.
multiple units.
And there's another 501st commander, it looks like.
Yeah, if you
Wow.
coordinate it right. So
I think I definitely wanted to try to get rid of that immeasurable power just because.
oh yeah, you don't want to see free
I
death
don't want to
troopers.
free death troopers hitting the board. I mean, even though they come into play, at least they don't go into the engagement. But still, I mean, that's just
Yeah.
right.
It's another blocker you weren't planning on, or another
Right.
attacker you weren't
And then
expecting.
another Phase 1 Dark Trooper. And, and he did put that shield, not surprisingly, after he played the non-Sith card on immeasurable
Mm-hmm.
power again.
Yeah.
Now, he doesn't have any blast. If he got Mock out, he could get some blast potentially, but right now he doesn't have blast.
Yeah. Or orbital.
Or orbital. Yeah, he's got 2 of those in there. But again, he's playing one of these 12 set decks with the 7
Yep.
card reserve. So
Yeah, if there's something you really need, it's not necessarily easy to get it.
yeah. So I'm actually going to keep balance there. He couldn't have gotten it back. So I did a damage to Dark Trooper Project rather than knock off the shield. And there's 2 bamboozles and a Cloud City operative. And I don't know what else. Another Cloud City guest quarters. And I think another resource. That does not look like the best hand. To see how this goes here. And there is Phantom. So that's going to reduce the cost of the next non-Rebel card I play by 1. And if I remember right, the Spirit of Rebellion will trigger and I can make him discard a card, unlike last time, right?
Yeah. Well,
So
that
that'll.
is assuming you play Smuggler, right? That's when it triggers.
No, I think it triggers just after you play a non-smuggler unit.
Oh, a non-smuggler.
Right.
Okay.
While it has 2 or fewer damage on it, reaction after you play a non-smuggler unit, your opponent has to choose and discard a card from his hand. So then I just played another Cloud City guest quarters for 1 though with the discount,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm going to play a Cloud City operative. And I wonder if I'll move the token from the duty officer onto something else, like the 501st.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do.
I don't really care about the duty officer being free.
Nope.
Yeah,
And you got a bunch of tactics over there too.
Yeah, I got the Phantom tactics and the Cloud City operative tactics. Not a lot of blast. I still only got the blast with the ghost here.
Yeah, and you spent most of your cards. You're probably not winning edge. I don't know how many he's got, if any, actually.
Right.
He might have spent all his. He might not have any edge cards.
I am sending ghost in after something.
I think you have 1.
Yeah, I played out a lot of cards.
No, actually, it looks like you still got 3 cards over there.
Oh, I guess I played 3. Yeah, I played
Yeah.
But still. So I just sent in and did 3 more to Rogue Archaeology. Just spreading the damage around.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wonder if it's worth sending like Cloud City Operative in or something. Guess not. I'm going to commit the Nudge and Phantom, and I'll keep bounce. I guess I don't need to commit Phantom because I'll still have 2. And I'll keep balance because I had it.
It might have been worth it to send in the Cloud City to get a second one on that 501st.
Yeah, or at least try to. And if not, maybe I kill a Dark Trooper. Of course, if he's got Death Troopers in his hand, then he would have put one of those in for free. So maybe that's why I was thinking it wasn't worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So Dow should go up to 2 now because I had played that Nudge first turn.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got some damage spread around.
Yeah, he needs to come up with something that with blast to
Right.
be able to put some pressure on you.
Yeah. Now the Cassian's thing, it's a it triggers just when you play a non-rebel card. So that means you could actually do that on your opponent's turn, whereas Jin's objective is you're playing a unit, so that's unlikely to happen on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, but Cassian's thing just gives you the next card one cheaper, right?
Right, but still you could
So you could do
you
it
play
on
a
their
couple
turn.
events or something, maybe get one cheaper.
You would have to do multiple events on their turn to make use of it.
Right. Yeah, if you play like a free event or something, then you get a discount on the next one. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Like holding all the cards into a one-cost bamboozle or one-cost Yoda, you seek Yoda.
You seek Yoda.
Yeah. I mean, although I guess holding all the cards, it wouldn't be. Yeah, non-rebel. Yeah, so you could do a holding all the cards. Just couldn't get the bonus from Rebel Assault or anything like that.
Mm.
And I gotta think, Jerry's probably hoping that he could get some blast here and maybe put some pressure on me with those weak troopers.
He needs Mock, is what he needs for that.
Yeah, he's paying 5 for something. That is a. Oh, that's the Vader from.
That's Vader.
That's Vader, Fate Vader. Haven't seen him in a while, like you said.
Is that his ability only triggers with the Sith Fate cards, right? Which is Ancient Rivals.
That's his objective triggers with the Sith Fate cards. He triggers whenever a friendly Fate card resolves, you deal a damage. It looks like he just passed turn and committed and passed turn, so he took balance, but the dial's still only at 2.
Okay, so any time he plays a Fate card.
Yeah, if it resolves. So that would mean if I happen to twist something away, the Fate card wouldn't resolve. So, but it would be revealed if it was a Sith Fate card, and that would allow him to trigger There Is No Conflict had that been on the board. It looks like I got a Seeds in there. I see another Nudge. Resources. I think that's the mission from Harris set. There's another Nudge. The dial's going to go back to 1. Wow. Now, of course, Vader's with the Fate card could get rid of those nudges pretty easily.
Yeah, and that's the thing. With Vader's ability, like an Allies of Necessity becomes pretty nasty because you're given a gun and a blast, and then Vader's also spitting out a damage somewhere.
Yeah.
So, like, somebody that does 1 damage could theoretically kill a unit if he got a gun plus Vader's reaction.
Yeah, I'm playing a resource there. It's like a Dagobah Training Grounds.
Did you play it for free?
No, I did not because I think I played the Nudge first. I did it out of order. So that's one of those things where, like, you're playing these new cards, you forget what the heck they do.
Well, I thought that triggered after you played the Nudge.
Oh, wait, it's after you play a Rebel card, reduce the cost of the next non-Rebel card. I haven't played a Rebel card yet.
You haven't played a Rebel yet.
Right. I did play a non-smuggler unit, though, so I should have triggered the discard. And I'm sending Ghost in again. After Dark Trooper Project this time. I'm still kind of low on blast, but I gotta think it's just a matter of time before I start getting some blast in here.
He just needs to get rid of Ghost. If he wasn't for that, you wouldn't be doing anything to him.
Yeah, that's true. So I kind of wonder if he'll block here with a couple guys to try to kill it.
Well, Vader plus Allies of Necessity would kill it.
Yeah, that's true. It's only got, well, I say only, it has 4 health, but yeah, you could get rid of it that way. Give somebody a gun.
Yeah, I think you have to have 2 units in there to resolve it, right? You would have to give a blast to somebody.
They have to be 2 and different affiliations, but neutral counts as not matching.
Yeah, so Vader and somebody that doesn't match.
Yeah. Well, it'd even work with like a Dark Trooper and the 501st Trooper if you needed it to. Because neutral count, if you have a neutral, it counts as they're not matching affiliations. Actually, I remember seeing something yesterday that if you have 2 neutral cards in there, they technically will trigger Allies of Necessity because they don't match and affiliate each other's affiliation.
Correct.
So that can be nasty with like skip ray blast boats or something. Or
I was
Corvettes.
With all of these new things, I wonder if we're going to see that mission pod come back that has the assassination in it. And hunters that like double their icons against out of faction and whatnot. And I think it's got a 0 cost, like 3 pip event that puts a focus token on something
Right.
as well. I can't remember what the last card in the set is.
Yeah, that sounds right. It's
Yeah.
probably the mission. Well, there's two of the guys. There's the mission, the secret objective, probably.
Secret. I think yeah. A
Because
secret
usually
objective.
all those missions seem to have secret objective. I think Hera's is probably one of the few that doesn't have a secret objective in with it, with the mission.
Well, actually, it's been a while since we saw 'em. We saw a lot of missions when they were new, and then we haven't seen
Right.
any in a while. It's been a while since we got a new one.
Yeah, well, it just been Hera's set. That was the last one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but before Hera, it's
Yeah,
been a
before
while.
Hera had been a little while. So there is an Allies of Necessity, but I'm going to win Edge 4-2 with this, and I got a Seeds.
And he blocked with all 3 of those guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so you should be able to seeds the one guy, obviously. Is that Vader?
Yeah,
that
that's
he put in
Vader.
there?
He put Vader
Yes.
in there. So it's going to trigger and do a damage. Now, Allies of Necessity, I was trying to remember what number that is. That is 6. So is that? And I think my Seeds technically triggers after that. So he's got to tell me who he's putting things on before I have to trigger the Seeds.
Yeah, because you could well, the middle guy doesn't have a gun. Or isn't committed, so I think you give him the gun.
Right.
To make sure you get rid of Ghost.
Yeah, but he's also only got 2 health, so I can just shoot that first then.
Oh yeah, you won Edge, didn't you?
Yeah, I want Edge. So he's using Vader to kill a nudge, and that'll go to 2. And then I said, I'm not really sure who he ended up giving the gun to, but I would think whoever he gave the gun to is probably who I'm going to shoot since I'm on Edge.
Yeah,
And
well, we didn't see the seeds go down yet either.
Yeah, I got a Seeds Vader. I don't know why I wouldn't Seeds Vader.
Yeah.
Because I can Seeds Vader and kill the 501st guy, and I'll let the Trooper strike for potentially 2. I think that's what you do if you're Jerry. I think I give the extra gun to the Dark Trooper, so then he's got 2 guns either way. Oh, that's interesting. Oh.
Well, that means you're going to take an extra damage, but then you've got no blockers.
What did I just do there? I'm
Unless
playing
you're
Bamboozle. Oh! I'm going to Bamboozle from the duty officer to Vader, probably. I was trying to figure out what I could use Bamboozle on. Yeah, so I Seeds the Dark Trooper, and then I Bamboozled onto the Vader, because that would have been the only thing. Now I'm going to shoot the Dark Trooper, so I guess maybe he gave the gun to that. And he's got a Death Trooper to put into place. I was hoping he didn't have that, but I guess it happened. And then I assume the 501st will shoot for 2 at Ghost.
Yeah.
Because he must have given, like I said, I'm a little surprised I didn't just kill the 501st, but maybe he did give the extra gun to it or
I'm surprised
something.
you didn't seeds one of the guy that was in the combat and then kill the 501st, because then Ghost wouldn't have taken any damage.
Yeah. I was probably trying to figure out how I could do a second attack and maybe start locking things down. But the Death Trooper foiled my plans. I did end up getting 3 on Dark Trooper Project, though. And I could still, if I want to, I could send Cloud City Operative in. It'd be really nice to lock down Vader here.
You had a second Bamboozle in your hand, didn't you? But you don't have a resource to play it.
Yeah, I don't have a resource to play it. So it looks like I'm going to just take balance back. The dial go to 3. And he's going to get everybody freed up here. Yeah, I think him dropping in that Death Trooper, which I wasn't completely shocked about. I mean, there are 6 in the deck, although he's got 60 cards in his deck. But kind of ruined what my plans were. I was probably planning, if he blocked with the duty officer, I'd kill him. If he doesn't, I'm going to try to lock down Vader here.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see how it goes this time. And he has a little more blast now with Vader and the Death Trooper out there, so he could potentially start trying to do some damage. He needs to get 3 on Spirit of Rebellion to turn it off, because it says it's triggered when it has 2 or fewer damage on it. They have to
if I'm
discard.
him, I go in with Vader at Spirit of Rebellion, probably.
Right.
Because I don't think you can block. You've only got 1 card. You're not going to win edge.
Right.
You could prevent it from being turned off by blocking with more than 1 unit, but you're not going to win edge. So you're going to sacrifice whichever is the better of those 2 units, because he's going to get to choose who to hit.
Right.
Or he can send 2 guys in just to make sure, and that he gets 3 blast, but then he's sending an extra guy that he potentially wouldn't need to.
Yeah. I'm looking through my discard there. I see my seeds and I've seen my bamboozle.
You've seen both of them, I think.
Yeah, I think I have. At least the bamboozle. Like you said, I'm pretty sure I have a second one in my hand. That's probably what that last card is. I would guess if I only got 1 card left. I would not be pitching that.
Yeah, we haven't seen Yoda or Falcon yet, or Hera.
Right. Yeah, I've got some big hitters, or Jin, or Cassian. I mean...
You haven't had any of your main units yet.
Nope.
Ghost is
just Ghost.
I mean, he's a secondary, but he's definitely a good one.
Yeah, I mean, he's a bigger hitter than Hera, really. So even though he's not.
Although Hera overall is probably a better unit.
Yeah.
Because he helps everyone. Ghost is just does his own thing.
Yeah, and protects the Spectres if you got him in there.
Yeah, if you absolutely need to.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think what Jerry Haze could do with 5 resources here. And again, if he plays a non-Sith card, he can put a shield on an objective. Which I would think you want to do. I mean, that was actually kind of annoying that he was kept being able to do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, because it's always going to go in his best one. There's Krennic.
Right. Krennic's not bad. Especially with that deck trigger out to commit him.
He's obnoxious.
Yeah, I think Ghost is in trouble. Ghost may be getting locked down here. And if he has a fate card, the nudge is not long for this game either.
Well, Vader's fate ability doesn't have a limit on turns or anything, does it? He can do it multiple times.
I think it's once per turn. I don't think you can do it every time.
I
think it's like his original one, like the. Yeah, let's limit once per turn.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure because I know.
The fate card.
So many fate cards in your deck.
There is no conflict isn't. I'm pretty sure that one you can do each time.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
That's limit 1 per turn. So if you have both out, you could do it twice. But.
No, limit 1 is you can only do 1 total.
Oh, that's
limit
right. Yeah, you
one,
can. Yeah,
limit 1
you
is
do
where
one
it's
total.
per copy.
Sorry, I said that backwards there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you couldn't do that twice either. All right, so he's attacking with Krennic and the Death Trooper, and he's not going to get enough blast to turn it off. I wonder if he misread it when we were talking about it or something.
And you can't use Allies of Necessity on them because they're both fleet.
No, he's going to put 1 focus on Ghost with Krennic and maybe a second one.
Does Krennic not have a blast?
No, he's got a black. He's got the black tactics and a white gun and white tactics.
Okay.
So he must be trying to figure out where he wants his third. Yeah, the second tactic. So he put it on Ghost. I guess Ghost has done so much damage in this game. And I think I'm telling him about it's 2 or fewer. He wasn't going to turn it off. I may have even asked him if he wanted to switch where he attacked then. And I just moved the damage. Because I think I thought at first, too, that it had 2 damage turned it off, but it's actually, you have to have 3 on it to turn it off. It's kind of like the Inquisitor set, I guess.
Yeah, and the 501st only has 2 guns, right?
Yeah.
What is that? Does that remove a damage from each objective?
He took a balance. He took balance there, and then, I think that's the, what's that
I thought
called?
it was each Sith. Like, you shouldn't be able to take one from Dark Trooper
I think it actually is every objective. It's consumed by the dark side, and it's play only if you have balance of the Force. Remove a damage from each objective you control. The other one only works on Sith objectives, the facility repair. Yeah. Let's say, yeah, so that's even better. So you can use that even if it's not a Sith objective. Maybe that would be a good thing to pair with Ylar in there. I see Cassian. I saw that Bamboozle. Cloud City Operative, which would help me start to free up Ghost a little bit. I could throw it on one of those, I guess either the 501st or the Dark Trooper. And there's one for just a resource.
Did you not play anything to make it cheaper?
I guess
if you were
not.
going to play Cassian, you should have played her first and you dropped the resource.
Yeah,
for free.
I don't know. Maybe I'm planning something else with the cheaper. Right.
You got resources for days anyway.
Yeah.
You got 10 on the table right now.
Right.
You could almost play a Death Star.
Yeah. And there is Cassian, which is going to make him, that's going to trigger both things now. So it's a non-smuggler unit, so I can make him have to discard a card.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's a rebel unit, the cost of the next non-rebel card I play is reduced by 1. So it could be a 1-cost Bamboozle here.
Did you remember to trigger everything, though?
Well, we'll know about the reduction in cost in a second.
I didn't see him discard, but I can't see his discard pile anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Or he might be thinking about it or something. So it looks like I'm just playing Cassian and the resource here. Leaving Ghost over with all its damage and focus tokens. And I still got that Bamboozle, so I got to think with the Bamboozle. I want to be able to free up something else to strike. So you got to. This is one thing I remember while I was playing this game was it was just trying to figure out exactly the right way to time things with these new cards. It was not natural yet, so I probably made some mistakes. And I'm trying to think with that other card in my hand. Looks like the event from Cassian or from Jin set. The Well-Laid Ambush, I think, is what it's called, which is during engagement, target non-participating enemy character units can be damaged by damage icons you control participants. Sort of like the he doesn't like you, I guess.
Yeah. Does now Cassian's ability that lets you remove a focus token, is that from like any one of your units? Is it a participating unit?
I think it's any one of your units, if I remember right. So I could try to free up Ghost there.
And it's when she strikes. It's not like limit once per turn or anything like that?
Yeah, it's when he strikes.
So
after he strikes, you can remove a token from a non-rebel unit, actually, so I couldn't use it on Ghost.
Okay, so you can have Cassian strike, free up one of your guys, then Bamboozle off of Cassian, strike again, free up another guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if he's once per turn.
That's what I was saying. I don't.
He is once per turn. Okay.
Is he once per turn? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say if he's not, you could abuse the hell out of that with Bamboozle.
Right, and I might be planning to not do it with this attack. I might be planning to just attack this first time with Cassian, not use his ability, then Bamboozle, and be able to use it again. The way I've kind of structured this out here. Now, he's got Vader back still, but he's defending with the Dark Trooper and the 501st.
He's going to have to stop using that trooper or that duty officer for resources, because every time he does, that focus token ends up on Vader.
Yeah. All right, so I put in 2, and he only put in 1, so I actually won that edge battle there.
Oh, wow.
That's going to make things really interesting. So he didn't have the fate card to trigger Vader or allies of necessity to give an extra gun.
So you have 2 guns, a blast, and a tactics. So
yeah, so
take out the 501st.
Yeah, I'm going to attack to take out the 501st, because that thing only works on Jedi or neutral units. And has he got another Death Trooper here? He sure does. So I did that first, so I guess I might want to... I guess the question will be, am I going to tactics the Death Trooper or Vader? I'm still tacticsing Vader. And that's probably because I can still use the Bamboozle to get it on the Death Trooper, because I think the Death Troopers aren't they're not droids, they're regular characters, so
Yeah.
yeah. And then he's going to get to shoot back for 1 on Cassian, but I don't really care.
Now you only got 1 blast in, so you didn't pop the Dark Trooper project
yeah,
yet.
and there is Bamboozle, so I'm doing it after the engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm trying to think, would that have been discounted? Maybe that should have been discounted.
Yeah, I think it should have, because you haven't played anything since.
Yeah, I don't remember playing anything.
So now he's completely focused, isn't he, with everything?
Yeah, he is. That's probably why I did it that way. Oh, it's that phase, so I couldn't do it because I would have had to do it during deploy to get the bonus.
Well, then you should have done it for the resource that you paid 1 for.
So there goes Cassian and the Cloud City Operative, and this could get ugly here with some tactics.
Yeah, this is where you're going to get to double strike with the Cloud City Operative, right?
Yep. So I'm going to get 3 tactics out of this.
Mm-hmm.
The Death Trooper is not elite, even though Krennic is. So I got to think I'll probably... So I had to remember to time this right. So I had to strike with the Cloud City Operative first, so then I could use Cassian to clear it off.
Yeah.
And now Cassian's going to strike and take 1 off the Cloud City Operative.
Right.
Yeah.
So throw a 3rd on Vader.
And get another blast in on the objective.
Yeah, then another tactics.
3rd on Vader, I'm going to tactics. Krennic's elite, so I'm probably going to put 1 on Krennic anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to probably... I pointed to Phantom, so I must be planning to attack with Phantom and put a 3rd one on Krennic.
Because you got 1 more objective you haven't engaged yet.
So now I'm going to go after Rogue Archaeology, and I will focus Krennic, I would assume. So Vader and Krennic and the one Dark Trooper will be locked down. Well, actually, the Dark Trooper won't be locked down because he can free it up with Dark Trooper Project, but Cassian's going to get committed. I'll take balance back with May the Force be with you. The dial will go to 4.
So he's still going to have his 3 troopers and the duty officer.
Yeah.
But Krennic and Vader are locked down.
Yeah. So I got the tactics locked down, which is probably the important thing.
And you've got Cassian to defend with, and that's it.
Right. And I can free up something with Cassian again if I can keep him alive.
Yeah, well, if you lose Edge, he'll just get 1 shot by any one of the troopers.
Now, actually, with Phantom out, Cassian.
Oh, that's right. You can save him.
I can save him, right? Because Phantom works on Spectre or just characters. Yeah, so.
Is it does it like Rebel character or?
No, it's any Spectre or character. So I guess it works on Chopper and that other droid, but.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty powerful effect with Phantom there.
Yeah, Phantom's really good.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Hera's entire set is just disgusting.
Yeah. Really, the mission's the only thing that's a little more situational. It's like it's good if you're playing all Spectre stuff, but it's probably not as good if you don't. But it's got 2 pips, so you can always pitch it.
And the last card in her set, is that a twist?
No, it's got the resource.
The
it's got the hidden outpost in there.
Oh, okay.
So she's got 3 units, a resource, and then also the mission.
Yeah.
And there is the experimental tech lab, the oldie but goodie there, the original 2-for-2 force.
Yeah, force resource.
And he put a shield on Dark Trooper Project.
Yeah. Well, he's getting to the point now where he's got 3 objectives that are very vulnerable.
Yeah, they are. I only need 1 more on Rogue Archaeology, 2 on Immeasurable Power, and I guess 3 now on Dark Trooper.
Mm-hmm.
But I might be able to just keep balance here. If I don't feel like blocking, I should get balance back, I would think. I think he could only get up to 5, and I have 5 right now with the Nudge and Cassian.
Yeah, if he doesn't have any way to set tactics.
Yeah, because and he's got Vader committed, so he's only got 2 Force cards. So he'd have to play something else that has a bunch of icons to get it back.
Well, even then, I mean, he would have to get 6 between 2 cards. He would have to play multiple things with 3, or the only thing that's 4 is Vader. So I think he still would need to tactics down Cassian.
There is
Well,
another Dark
actually, there's
Trooper.
those guys I forget though.
Right, they're giving him some. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd have to get up to 6 here. So he could commit both Death Troopers
Yeah,
and
you
then
can
he'd
do
get
it
it.
with the 2 Death Troopers
I
right
don't know
now.
if it's worth it, but he could. 2, he's got something else for 2. He is playing Join Me, and he is going to take the Cloud City Operative. Join Me, bring a... haven't seen that one play for a while.
Well, that's because it's in a crappy set. Besides and then it was reprinted in that Vader set.
Right, yeah, but you have to play it during deployment. You can take control of a target non-unique character.
Yeah.
And it looks like he is going to commit everybody to take balance back, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm pointing out that I have 5. So he can get
could
to
have
6.
taken control of one of your nudges and attacked with it.
That's true. Oh, it's got to be a character. He can't take control of a nudge.
Oh, that's right. Nudge is a creature.
Yep. And so I'm going to lose balance there, but I probably don't care. I'm in a fairly strong position, even though he took my Cloud City Operative here. I got resources for days. I still got this bamboozle.
I think you drew Hera, or unless that was your other Cassian.
I can't tell. I see another Cloud City Operative. And do the duty officer to... No, actually, I can't really do anything with it.
It's your 3rd card, whatever it is, the one right in the middle.
I think I see a Falcon in there.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
And I think the crafty smuggler's in there. That's what that looks like.
It's just a crafty smuggler. That's all it was. So.
And there's the influence resource in my hand, too. Yeah, I'm not sure why it took so long to play Falcon, unless I was thinking, do I need it for Edge? But let's get some blast on the board here.
Yeah. Do you remember any triggers with that? Does that do something for you?
I think that... What's that trigger? Yeah, I'm still getting used to what they are. What would trigger here?
I know, I can't keep track which ones you have, which ones you don't.
It would...
It's not a rebel unit.
Yeah, it doesn't. It actually doesn't. The other one's still turned on, but
like smuggler stuff is the only thing that doesn't trigger for you.
Right. Yeah. It has to be non-smuggler to make him discard because that's still turned on.
And
here.
It has to be rebel to reduce cost.
Right. So I could play the crafty smuggler, and that should trigger it.
That should trigger the discard.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm just figuring out where to pay. So I left my rebel resource open, not quite sure why. Probably just had to pick something. Yeah, so...
Yeah, in terms of having the right resources, you got 1 rebel and you got 1 smuggler.
Right.
It's actually a really good thing that you just got the influence one.
Yeah. So I'm sending Falcon in after something with its 2 blast.
Did you even play the influence one?
No, I don't think I did.
I don't know what you're saving your resource for, because you had the Cloud City you could have doubled up on. I would have definitely put that influence down there.
Yeah.
Because right now you can't play your bamboozle again.
Yeah. I think I played them both though, didn't I?
Oh, did you? I thought you only put 1. Did you play? Did we?
Oh, no.
I thought you said you still had a bamboozle in your hand just last turn.
Yeah, but I used it with Cassian.
Did you?
Yeah. To do the second attack.
Okay.
So I am sending Cassian and Falcon in. I'm not quite sure why I'm doing it this way.
Because you can double swing with Falcon.
Yeah, but I don't need to. If I was going to do that, I'd have been better off going after Dark Trooper to get all that blast. It does give me Edge 1. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why I'm planning my attack this way.
And what are you taking out?
I don't
What are you
know.
attacking?
Looks like I'm attacking immeasurable power. So maybe I'm trying to get that off so I don't have to worry about Death Troopers coming back in.
Well, Falcon could take that out by himself. He's got 2 black blasts.
Right, and then I'd been better off like...
I don't know why you sent Cassian in there.
Yeah, then sending Cassian after something else to free up Falcon for a third attack.
Yeah.
Alright, he's blocking with both Dark Troopers. I passed because I had Edge 1. Do I have a twist? Twist would be really nice right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I had a twist and he had a
Ancient
Rivals, which will not trigger anyway, but Vader also doesn't trigger because it doesn't resolve. Huh. So I'm still at Edge 1. Is he passing? That would be awfully risky. Alright, so I'm going to...
I'd strike with Cassian first.
No, I'm striking with the Falcon first to blow up the objective so then he can't use it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then I'm going to kill a Dark Trooper. And he's only going to get to do 1 damage with Dark Trooper, so Cassian's still going to live. Although I can free up Falcon, but it's in the engagement, so it doesn't really matter. With Cassian.
Well, other than the fact you get to kill the Dark Trooper, but doesn't Cassian have a gun?
Yeah, anyway, Cassian's got a gun, so I'm gonna kill the Dark Trooper and probably focus one of the Death Troopers. Too many different D troopers here. Death Troopers, Dark Troopers. Take the one off Falcon just because I have to. Yeah, focus the Death Trooper here. And I guess I have to strike. I'm probably trying to think here, did I just screw this up and not be able to win? But we'll see.
Well, it depends also if you get something in your hand to balance Falcon with.
Yeah. I mean, with the Crafty Smuggler and Ghost, I could potentially take out Dark Trooper Project.
Well, he's only got 1 blocker right now.
Yeah, I guess he could use Krennic, though, with the shielding or the Elite or the Edge 1 if he wants to.
Well, you should have had to already do that. That's the start of the phase.
All right, so then I'm yeah, I don't think he did that. I'm bouncing.
Yeah, now you
Falcon.
Focus something else.
I think the only thing I'm going to be able to focus is I could focus the Cloud City Operative he took from me.
Yeah.
And then Duty Officer I could have focused too. Yeah, like I said, Ghost and the Crafty Smuggler, if I win Edge, can take out Dark Trooper projects. I'm sending everybody in but the Nudge. I'm going to go Nudge for the win here. I'm not putting the Cloud City Operative in.
Well, you just picked up your Falcon too, which is a 3-edge.
Yeah, I'm probably thinking maybe I got enough to win Edge with my... It looks like I got 3 cards. I think I got 6 pips. I don't know how many cards Jerry has.
Cards he has left.
Yeah, I'm guessing he doesn't have too many. That's probably why I'm doing this. Yeah, so he's going to block with the Death Trooper, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And I put in Falcon. He put 2, and I put all 3 in. Let's see, I got 6, and I think he only had 3 or 4, so I'm going to win that Edge battle. And so, probably the best thing is you strike with Phantom first, yeah. Focus that Death Trooper so I can't even do it. Oh, I had Allies of Necessity, so I'm trying to figure out where to give extra stuff to.
Well, it probably doesn't matter.
Yeah. Guess I'm saying I'm giving... I think I'm giving Ghost a gun so I can just kill it.
Yeah.
And then somebody else a blast, and that blows it up. And then Nudge for the win at Rogue Archaeology.
Yep.
So I was lucky there. The way I think that's why I pulled the other Cloud City Operative back at the end. Because I'm like, oh crap, if he has a Fate card, he can kill my Nudge. So I need a second potential attacker for that last one I put. So that was a...
Well, no, he wouldn't have had a blocker. You couldn't have... Oh, that's right. In that Fate battle, though, he could have killed the Nudge.
Right. Yeah, if I had put everybody in there but the Nudge, he could have potentially killed the Nudge, which wasn't in there, and then I had nobody left. So I think that's why I did what I did there. Yeah. So anyway, so that was an interesting game there. It was cool to see the second phase, set, even though he unfortunately gave the troopers out. And then
We never saw my troopers.
no, we didn't. We didn't see a
Uh,
lot of cards with that 12 set deck, even though he was drawing 7. And then
well, you took your tri-faction deck and added for your big Yoda, and all you got was your Dagobah Training Grounds and your nudges.
and
Well,
my
you did use
seeds.
the seeds.
I used
You
the
did,
seeds.
yeah. You
But
didn't. You saw the other 6 cards. You never saw Yodas or the Sikhs.
no, I did not. I did not. But that's okay.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good deck there, I thought, that Pants 1G put together. Play the good cards, as people like to say. So,
Yeah, I don't know how consistent it's going to be with your resource issues, though.
yeah.
With the 3 colors, with the not having enough influence, you could easily find yourself resource screw. I mean, you were at 10 resources and you were still had 1 rebel and 1 smuggler to go with.
Right, yeah.
So even like if you said if maybe you were supposed to run the other faction and not the Jedi, it wouldn't have mattered in that game, but you still would have been had only 1 single resource
Right.
of one of the 2, and if you lose that objective, you could be locked out of it.
Yeah, I wonder if you're better off. I mean, Falcon's just so good. Bamboozle and Twisted, so much work, and then Cloud City Opera.
Yeah,
it's
but
like
then you're thinking TIE Phantom, Ghost, Hera.
right. Yeah,
You know.
I guess no. I was getting ready to say was like throwing in Last Warrior instead to get the influence that way
Yeah,
on one of
instead
those
Yoda.
sets. But yeah, but like maybe you take out Jin, but she gives all these. But I don't know. Like I guess you could just actually take out Yoda and
Yeah.
and
Well,
put in
that
Last
eliminates
Warrior.
all your problems.
Right, put in Last Warrior and just see how it goes. A Yoda-less deck, but maybe I'll have to try it
Yeah.
at some point there. But anyway, yeah, so it was fun to see those games and see how the 7 card reserve worked. And again, I played a deck there that actually wasn't just using new sets rather than using one of the new affiliation cards. So, but you got any final thoughts before we wrap up this game here?
I mean, his deck seemed to do more or less what it was supposed to do, although he didn't really get to use most of the tricks. He had Vader there for the fake cards, and we didn't see very many fake cards.
Right.
He got to use the Death Trooper thing, I think 3 times, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And that's part of the things with those little troopers that only have the 1 health. Well,
Right.
so what if they die? They grow into a Death Trooper.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So that was pretty clever build
if he'd
there by
ever
Rio.
if he'd ever gotten Mock or Maudie, he could have had some serious damage on the table. But again, like I said, now that you're relying on orbital bombardment or Mock, and that's 4 cards that you need in a deck that is now 60 instead of 50. So then you just don't see it.
Yeah.
And it's again, it speaks to my I'm not sold on the 60 card for 7 reserve being worth it yet.
Yeah.
Especially when you're going to a 6/6 split.
Yeah, I think it's, like I said, like we talked about in the first game we did the commentary on earlier, that I think it's just going to take specific builds or just getting used to how you'd want to try to build a deck like that to really not feel like you're losing something with it. Although I thought I saw somebody won a store championship the other day using two decks that both use that 7-card reserve thing with like fighters and stuff on each side. So
it wouldn't surprise me. The right
because
type of deck,
right, I think that's the kind of deck you'd want. That it's more swarmy. You can take advantage of. You're not really looking for specific cards. You're just trying to swarm the board, and if they're all like relatively equal, it's probably not as big of a deal. And I know like the extra card in hand is certainly going to offset some of that draw, but still.
So the problem is, like, if you're saying, okay, well, if I'm running fighters, well, then you have to have enough good fighters to run 12 pods where, fighters are typically rebel. Well, how many non-rebel pods are there that have good fighters in there? I don't think there are enough to run 6.
Right. Well, I guess vehicles is what, more vehicles than that, but I don't remember the exact
list.
list.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Darkseid hasn't, yeah. Go ahead.
That's what I was thinking about with like the Scum Sith, where I think the one thing is like wants you to it does something with droids where you're clearly but it's like, well, how many Sith pods are there that have droids? Well, there's the troopers there that we didn't get to didn't get drawn, but besides that, there really isn't any.
Right, right.
So, then you're kind of going like, well, I'm running theme for 2/3 of the deck and then good pods for the other, but then you may not draw your themey cards that combo well together. You get half and half or more of one than the other, and then the deck just doesn't feel like it's functioning like it should.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, I was just trying to remember. I think the dark side, like you said, they were using I think you could get away with it with dark side definitely a lot more with the fighters. Like you can use all those Sith and Navy ones. So, I was just pulled up the list. So it was the light side one was like Bucket of Bolts and Sleuths and that stuff, and then fighters from the Rebel one. So that's an interesting. So it's more just all ships. So that's
because sleuths are technically transports, they're not fighters.
Right. Yeah, I guess fighter. Maybe I should have said vehicles more than that. But the point is, you're not looking for specific ones. Then you're looking. You're just trying to get all this spam the board basically.
Right. But then you get stuff like, well, you've got your the sleuth objective, which is absolutely amazing, and it only works with half your deck.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So it's a trade-off, and I'm not sold on it yet. Maybe if I see enough decks that it really functions well with. But I had one deck that I made. I think I posted in a previous thread that you used that it was a 6/4 Navy Sith, and it worked like I just needed to add in 2 Navy to make it fit, and the 2 I added were a perfect fit for the deck as well.
Right.
And the deck just sucked after that. I took it to my league night where I dominated with this deck many, many times, and I played it a couple times, and I just got wrecked both times.
Yeah.
Even though I had the 7 reserve.
Yeah, it's
probably
going to take a while to get used to.
Yeah, you lose the necessary consistency.
Right. I think it'll take a while to get used to, and I'm sure some of those top players will, like Mick Zipra and others, will find a way to make it work really well, and then
I'm sure they're out there. The perfect decks for these are out there. But I think the vast majority of them are not going to be as good as people want them to be.
Yeah.
But there probably are 1 or 2 that they will function really well with.
Time will definitely tell. All right. Well, I guess we should wrap it up for here. So thanks to PantsYG and Rio for suggesting those decks. It was fun to play them, and Jerry and I so far have been having a good time trying to use some of these decks on the suggested thread. So we'll be putting up more games soon here on Yoda's Hut. And thanks again for joining me for commentary as always, Derek. Appreciate it.
Yep, anytime.